I'm Jennifer Angel. This is my weekly reading for you, my report for you, Scorpio, for the week of August the 7th, 2017. Okay, so it's the lunar eclipse week. In fact, it's lunar eclipse month. We have another eclipse, a solar eclipse on the 21st. Lots happening in between, so it's a really very powerful time at the moment. Let's see what happens. Like, it's, you know, you can feel it building. It's like, oh my goodness, what's going to happen as things start to sort of heat up, and they certainly are going to heat up. And for you, a Scorpio, the lunar eclipse is like a full moon. We've got the moon and the sun opposite, so it's the axis of the sun and the sun and Aquarius. I don't know why I'm having trouble with Aquarius. I want to keep saying Uranus, which of course is Aquarius ruler. So they're fixed signs, and you're a fixed sign, so it's on the square with you, but it's in the sun is in your career zone along with Mars. We've still got Mars and the sun in a conjunction. The exact degrees have passed, but they're still 4 degrees apart, so it's still very powerful. And to have Mars in this area can just make you busy, to say the least, you know, and it can also tempt you to take on more than what's sort of like humanly possible. So you want to be careful of that, because what happens when you do take on too much, you try to get it done, and the one person that misses out is you. Okay, so you're better to under-promise and over-deliver always, and that's always a good rule for when Mars is featured predominantly like it is now, because it's not only in your zone of business, work and career, but it's connecting with the sun in that conjunction. Now, and then right opposite where the lunar eclipse is your home and family area. So it's like things are happening around work, is also happening at home and family, and quite often, you know, one is associated with the other, and you're not always in control of it, particularly with a lunar eclipse. It's like, you know, it's a trigger. It can bring things to a head. You can get closure on certain matters, and so something around your domestic area and your domestic scene can come to a head at the moment. If it needs to, you know, if it doesn't need to, then, you know, you might not even feel it. Of course, you know, the best way to find out is to have a look at your natal chart, your birth chart, because the eclipse, the lunar eclipse, is at 15 degrees. So it's what else is sitting at that 15 degrees or a couple of degrees either side, then that's going to affect you the most. And of course, it'll show, you know, in your birth chart, with the transits, it'll show where it sits and what are the interactions that are. So if you're interested in that, go along to jenniferangel.com and you can book a session through there. While you're there, please subscribe to my newsletter. Now, the other thing that's happening this week is that with the sun in this career zone, it does bounce off with the sextile, which is an opportunity with Jupiter. We love Jupiter, the planet of abundance and expansion. Jupiter sits at the moment right in the sign before yours. In October, it's going to move into your sign, okay? So this is like an opportunity that comes through, and it's also very much an opportunity that is at a heart level, but you want to, if there's a similarity about it of something that's gone on past, then you want to take a closer look at that. It doesn't mean to say you don't want to do it, but if you made some errors last time, then here's the message and warning not to make them this time. But it is an opportunity, so it's a sextile, so it does look good. Now, Mercury sits in your area of friendship, social events. He will go retrograde at the end of the month. It's Mercury retrograde time again, right in the middle of 2 eclipses. So I said there's a lot going on. And Mercury does have a sextile as well, an opportunity with Venus. And Venus, the planet of love and money, sits in your area of greater level of knowledge and your area of soul, what I call soul love, okay? And because it's Venus and it's bouncing off Jupiter, and this is like 2 days before Mercury is going to go retrograde, so things are starting to get a little let's say upset. The energy is starting to get a little bit unsettled, rather, let's use that word. So putting all that together, it's like your whole axis of your life, your business, your home family, your love life, there's discussions going on. Some changes can take place, and some of these changes can simply be for you restructuring your life. It can bring things to a head, can bring some closure. It doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to have like a huge breakup or anything, but it does look like to me and indicate that there's a restructure going on at some level. Sometimes things have to break down for them to build up again. So, and Mars being your and with the energy of Mars in there, Mars being your ruler or your co-ruler, then that has a special significance. The other aspect with Venus is with Neptune, and this is very much to do with romantic love and soul love. So if you're single, well, guess what? You could be meeting somebody around about this time and through this month. So you'll know the person because it's a soul love. So you get that deja vu that you've sort of been on this, been doing this dance together before. And so, there won't be, that doesn't mean to say it's not going to have its challenges, because every relationship does, okay? But that's not something that scares you. So let's see what happens. One day at a time, see what unfolds. It's interesting and it's exciting. The card I've selected for you is from the Sonia Croquette pack this week, called The Answer is Simple Oracle Cards. I thought I'd sort of have a nice balance between all the intenseness. And this card I've selected is Let Go and Flow. Okay, so I love this because look, there's like a freedom about it, and the rainbow's there, and it's like, you know what? You just simply can't control everything, I mean, I'm a Capricorn with the number 3 planets in Scorpio. Capricorn and Scorpio are the controllers of the zodiac, but you know what? Sometimes you just can't control everything. So let go. Let things fall into place. Look at the rainbows of life. Be a little bit carefree. Don't overreact. See what happens, okay? And you never know, you could be pleasantly surprised. Okay, thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to go along and visit jenniferangel.com, and we'll see you next week. Bye for now.